We will have to admit. That's pretty good for rolling with a backup camera for the last 5 years. First try. So, anyways, we're going to get this thing fired up this morning. Get after it. We got about 18 acres planted out here last night. And, yeah, just kind of getting after it. Come on. She might need a little juice this morning. There we go. It's running now. So we'll let that warm up while we fire this thing up. But yeah, we got a little bit of seed left. So I don't know the last time I actually planted with a 30-inch bean planter. It's probably been 10 years. And I'll tell you what though, I do enjoy the 31 row. Getting 60 acres a load out of it, 56-ish. But what I have found is that it seems like this planter runs a lot more even across the monitor tells me it runs more even. And I don't know if that's just because of the hydraulic drive, which battery must have died last night. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We definitely don't need the air this morning. Seems like I might need to have this sent in and get it updated. But maybe I can do it. I don't know. I've never messed with it. It's brand new. So I'm sure they're coming out with the updates all the time for it. But yeah. Hopefully this thing will fire up with some singulation today. That would be really cool, which by the looks of it, it's not, unfortunately. But we're gonna get this engaged, getting some oil flowing. Yes, I know the thing's engaged. But yeah. Anyways, we got 18 acres. I think that's what I said. So we're gonna get everything warmed up, get this thing loaded up. We are planting some Pioneer Lumiderm beans. Well, they're Z-Series beans, they're 1/8. And we did the top end seed treat on them because last year this field actually grew a big old goose egg because we had a lot of insect pressure. And from what our Pioneer dealer told me, see now it's fired up, that is what we need, is that seed treat, because it's got a better insecticide in it, I do believe. Don't quote me to all this, but him and I came out here and looked at it, and 2 reasons we're running this planter. Well, we came up with 3 good reasons on what happened out in this field, or 5 good. Lake Michigan is about a quarter mile that direction. When we did the test plot out here, you couldn't see this field because of the fog bank that rolled in. As the cold front came across the lake, you actually could not see this field. And because we did the test plot just on the other side of that tree line, there was times I couldn't see that end of this field, or this end of that field by the road. That's a quarter mile long field. It's a square 40. So we get a lot of moist air, cold moist air, coming off of that lake right there in this direction. Last year was a wet spring. We had colder temperatures because of the moisture and all the rain. We had slugs out here because of the moist conditions. This field didn't really get dry. It's a very heavy clay. We had corn rootworm problems, I think is what it was. One of those worms that go on the ground. Had insect pressure on that. Those were the 2 insect pressures. And we had a lot of deer pressure because there's also a golf course right there that likes to, deer like to hang out there because they don't get shot. And all the people along the lake shore don't like hunting as well. So, we have lots of deer right here. So our conclusion was a better seed treat, vertical till, no-till, or not no-till coulters, row cleaners, which we put on this planter. And with those three things, hopefully that would get the soil to dry out a little bit faster, which it did. And it's going to rain tonight, or this afternoon at about 3 o'clock. And then we are also, the row cleaners will keep the trash away from the rows. So that way the slugs aren't living in the trash right next to the bean plant. So that's what we're trying. We're throwing the kitchen sink at it. And the vertical, I think I talked about the vertical. The seed treat helps with the, I don't know, at this point I got too much going on in my head. But yeah, so anyways, that's what we got going on out here. We got lots of different things we're trying, making sure that we can grow a crop on this. Because last year it was a goal of a 60 bushel soybean crop to prove that we can do it. Because around here, I think 45 is really the average for soybeans. So I think that's our county average if you go off that, which the south end of our county is actually a lot of irrigated ground. So I'm sure that really, and it's very good ground down there. Yeah, so we're trying to, I want to see if we can do it. I mean, we got a little microclimate here because of the lake being right there. But if we can consistently pop out 60 bushel beans, we'd be very happy. Now, will that happen? I don't know. But the goal is to see how close we can get to that. And if doing certain practices help that, then, you know, they all justify themselves. But yeah, anyways, that's my rant for this morning while I'm sitting here in the cold tractor. So goal is to get warm. I think I can actually do this, and be a lot happier. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna roll, get this thing filled up. Hopefully it's still running. I also could not figure out last night why, well, I plugged the filter on the in-furrow. That's the first time I cleaned it all year. Could not figure out why it would not run last night after I did that. If you can see that valve and that valve, yeah, that's the reason why they're off. So yeah, anyways, let's get going and do something. Well, it's real windy out here, but I'm sure this corn, this little bitty corn right here, I'm so happy to be out of the ground right now. I don't know if can't make rows or not, but they're there. So, yeah, it's a little windy out. It's also like 50 degrees. This might, I don't know, did that get frosted? I'm not sure. Kind of looks like it. Might have got a little frost. But yeah, anyways, it's windy, super windy. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but we're gonna get some beans planted. It was 80s last week. This is the middle of May, and it is like a high of 55 today. It was like a high of 50 yesterday. It might have been warmer yesterday, but yeah, anyways, it's completely different than when that corn was like, oh yeah, let's get growing. It's definitely not happy about life anymore. So my real concern is the corn I have out of the ground, farther than that I planted on April 23rd or something like that. It's only 10 acres, so at the end of the day, I'm really not worried about it. But at the same time, I might have gotten frosted off. All right, I need 2 hands for this part. Also, this thing here, this will be really interesting to see because that does skips and doubles and all that. Now, you got to remember, hit the advanced seed monitoring on it when you switch varieties and stuff. I think that was part of what I had going on. Not that I was having a problem. I'm just learning. But in the last field, I didn't have any singulation going. But when you pull the menu up, it comes into advanced seed monitoring or something. I don't know. You got to check that box when you select your variety. So, yeah. Anyways, we gotta go do some locking of the planter. So, well, we're racing the rain at this point. You can see there's drops on the little window. It's coming over the lake. Yeah, they told us 3, then 4. And that kind of looked like maybe 5. And then went back to 3. And it's now 11:30, so window's getting wet. Did get the muddy part of this field planted. Well, what I think is the muddy part. I mean, there's standing water, so a couple holes. So getting the end rows kind of done here now, and then I will head back over there. I already made my line across the field, so I'll just use that one and keep rolling. So, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Well, there's nothing like having ducks out in your cornfield. It's just coming up. Yep, that's cool. Yeah, standing water. So 2 inches of rain will do. We got 1.5 inches. I think we're pretty close to 2.5 now for the week. It started raining last Thursday, so we've gotten some acres in. But yeah, that's cool. All underwater. We'll see how it bounces back.